What is going on, everybody? It's your boy BurCG back here, and today we're here for the review of Marvel's Avengers. And I'm going to be talking more about the gameplay aspects of it and how I feel in general about the game going forward. I will say that there might be a slight spoiler in here because I will show a clip or two from the actual campaign because there are a few issues that I experienced where I want to display them. So if you do not want to see those videos, please click off. Thank you. So to begin, let's start with the story. I gotta say, I really enjoyed what they did with the main campaign story, and I really like how they incorporated MODOK and Monica as Scientist Supreme. It's really an interesting story, and I can't wait to see how they expand it in the future with our upcoming DLCs, Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, because what they showed in the war table had me a little interested. I was like, okay, what's going on here? But now that we've played the end of the game, I can see kind of where they're going with this. Also with the other end credits that they had there, I'm really intrigued, as well as with the iconic missions, because the iconic missions seem to tease some stuff too. But yeah, the story overall, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed them having Kamala as the main protagonist. I liked that they had her meeting her heroes, working with them, bringing them back together. She's really the reason why they're back together, and that's a very inspirational thing to see. Just meeting your heroes and being able to work with them. And I'm glad that they chose her as the main protagonist. I'm glad that they're doing more people of color in video games, more representation. It's really good to see, and I'm glad that they're continuing to do that in the gaming industry. So I have to give major props to Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, anyone a part of this, the actors, actresses, all of them. Everybody needs to get props, and I respect them all for what they've done and provided us here with. The game, while we had to wait a long time for it, I enjoy it, and I'm sure many other people do enjoy it. Avengers Project turned into Marvel's Avengers. Gotta say, you guys did a really good job. Now, moving on, let's talk about the gameplay, because that's probably going to be the gameplay, and the shop are probably going to be the more leg up part of the review. First, the gameplay between the different characters, I definitely will say I like the differences between them. I will say Thor definitely feels like an AoE truck. He can clear the field very easily. His AoE attacks they're crazy. They're crazy. Once you start getting that skill tree leveled up, you are going to be in for a treat, because he's just really good at what he does when it comes to clearing the field and doing damage over time to opponents. It's really cool. Iron Man, definitely a top tier character in the game for now, because he's got that full different arsenal of attacks between having rockets, lasers, and repulsor blast. He's overall going to be a good character for a long time, probably. Captain America, I like the different trajectories of what his shield can do, how he can use it. I've seen a combo string today of somebody putting all these different attacks together. I can't remember what the person's Twitter name was, but it was some skill in there. Like, he actually put together combos. It wasn't him button mashing. And I know that'll be people's argument about the game is it's a button masher, or you don't have to do anything but press the same button or spam. You can do that all you want. It's really a choice in most games. But if you actually want to put some time into learning how to string together stuff, that's always an option. It's still there. So it's there. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I really like that though. Black Widow, I just like her kit as well, with the different guns, charge shots, being able to hide your whole teammates, your whole team from enemies and stuff like that is really useful, especially for when you pop into new areas and you just want to get the jump on people, and you can get a lot of takedowns easier. Kamala, overall, she's just fun to play as because of her abilities, really. Hulk, I haven't really had much experience with him, but I do think he's a pretty decent powerhouse. I know he has some attacks that also are somewhat AoE in the sense that they have an area of effect where they have like gamma radiation and etc. But I haven't really played with him too much to really give an opinion. I think he's okay though. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what they do for the other characters that are coming. There are a few things that I have to say that I am experiencing issues with when it comes to the gameplay / story. When I did my first playthrough of the story, I experienced some weird glitches. Like, I don't know why. If it was my PS4, because the PS4 is pretty old. It is from, you know, when the first when it was pretty much launched, so it's new. It's about 5-6 years old or something like that. So if there are loading problems, rendering problems, it could be the PS4. But for now, I'll just say it's a I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's the PS4. And hopefully, when I do get the PS5, you know, the performance will be a little bit better for the game. But yeah, I started experiencing glitches where it would stutter, it wouldn't play the full cutscenes all the way, and I'll kind of just put those up here if I can, of the clips that I'm talking about. So the clip of the cutscene stuttering, and yes, as I mentioned before, there's, you know, some spoilers in here, so if you don't want to see it, click off. Yeah, and also there was still some frame drop issues with a lot of characters being on the screen. I don't know what the issues with that. I do know other people were experiencing it, so it can't totally be my PS4 not being able to handle all of that and everything. But it's happening a lot more, I noticed, probably in the shield vault missions, because there's just so many enemies popping up at once. I don't know what the steps they'll take to really fix that, but hopefully at some point they look into it and find a resolution, or it may be, like I said, it's a console problem. I'm not totally sure. There also is the issue where it seems like there's no clear indicator as to when there are attacks coming from enemies sometimes. It's a little fast. It's either a little fast or they don't show up at all. And like I said, most of the time these issues seem to be happening with mass scale enemies, but at the same time, they don't always, you know, show for small areas either. And that's something that I noticed and I kind of have an issue with, but it's not a big deal for me. I haven't had too many issues with it, but I definitely feel like it makes it harder to play, you know, especially when you're playing hard mode. You need to be as aware as you can be at, well, hard mode or brutal mode. You definitely need to, because you need to see where everybody's coming from. But as you can see in the background clip, like there's blasts still coming from places here and there, and sometimes it doesn't always show it. It shows a little blue pop up and it shows the arrow, but it doesn't always show what is happening at the right time. So yeah, other than that, I don't think I really have any other issues with the gameplay. The biggest thing that I would say I have an issue with is the shop in general, the marketplace. I've noticed that the prices for some of this stuff is a little crazy. It's a little asking too much. The uniforms that they have here are $1,400, and then they have takedowns for $1,200. Emotes that are legendary is $1,000. Epics are $500, and all the nameplates seem to be at $100, which those are uncommon. But for ones that might be like legendary or something in the future, they'll probably be like $250 or something. But I think that a lot of these are just overpriced. The legendary emotes, it shouldn't be $1,000. The only way it should be $1,000 is if we're getting more for our money. If I go into the little tab for credits, it says we get 500 for $5, and then you get for $20 you get 2,000 plus 200 bonus credits. For $50 you get 5,000 plus 1,000 bonus credits, and for $100 you get 10,000 plus 3,000 bonus credits. So I don't know. I kind of am looking in here, and while you do get bonus credits when you buy the bigger packs, you know, is it really worth it? No. the shop also doesn't refresh for another 7 days. Well, it's been a few days, but it doesn't refresh for 7 days, which kind of sucks when you're looking for new stuff to buy. And at the same time, though, if you're just a person who's like, oh, I want this takedown, well, you gotta spend $15 or $20 to get it. It's 1,200, and you gotta buy 15. Spend $15 to get 1,500, and yeah, if you want a new outfit, you have to spend $15 because it costs 1,400 and you can get 1,500. The prices just don't add up, in my opinion. I think that it's a little asking too much. You know, I think they either have to find a way to give us more for the money that we're putting down for some of these, or lower the price of the items in the shop. Because I could honestly say, even then, the items that are in the in-game shop, I think are a little too much as well. 7,000 for one uniform is asking for a lot when we don't really have a way to mass farm units. From what I played so far, I haven't found a way to mass farm them. If somebody has, definitely link it below, and I would like to do that because I only have 5,900 and you need 7,000. And I've played the whole week so far, or 5 days since Monday, and you would think you would get more, but no. And so when you open chests and stuff, you only get like 50, like was it 20, 25, maybe 50? It's a very small amount, so you're not getting a whole lot, and you don't really get a lot from completing the mission. You don't really get any, I don't think. So it's like, you know, it's not worth the money all the time. And even the in-game currency, they gotta find some way to, you know, make you get more at a time, because what I want to buy is not what I can't buy it. You know, I have to really think about, oh, what do I want to save, because I never know what they're gonna add for the in-game shop in the future. You know, and then I have to grind again, and it's one at a time type of thing. So you think about it and tell me what you guys think. I personally think that it's not worth it. But with that, a culmination of all these topics that I talked about, I would honestly give this game about an 8.5 out of 10. One, the story mode, definitely, I loved it. I can't wait to see what else they do with the future DLCs. And the gameplay, I really like the different. Like I said, I like how the characters play by themselves as a team. They definitely have some interesting stuff about them. Other than the slight gameplay stuff that I talked about that I was having issues with, you know, it is what it is at this point. I can only hope that they give the feedback sooner rather than later, and they look into it. They have been pretty communicative with the community, so I would expect them to get, you know, into these things a lot quicker, which is really good, because they already, I believe, had a fix and put patch notes out, so that really showed that they're on their shit and ready to go to get this game as good as it can get. You know, if they can get it as good as it can get, I don't know what to tell you. It's just gonna get better and better and better. Yeah, like I said, their shop though needs to change. Definitely needs to change. There's just some things about it that aren't working out. Their prices are a little high, but overall, I really enjoyed the game. I do hope that it runs better on the PlayStation 5, because that's what I'm getting this year. Because right now the PlayStation 4, it doesn't seem to be able to give the game the proper performance it needs. It doesn't always render out scenes, and you'll see that in the clip I'll put. It shows the scene, but it doesn't render everybody's model. So, for example, in the scene I think I'll show, Kamala's outfit, it's not rendering all the way for some reason, but you can see that some other people's are, which is really weird, and I just think it's more of a console problem. Like I said, I don't know what they built this game for specifically, if it's kind of supposed to cross into next gen, or if this is supposed to be more for, current gen. I know that they've been working on it for a long time, so I really am not sure, but I know that this game is probably going to transfer over to the PS5 so you can upgrade it. you know, through the system that they're going to have in place for PS5. But yeah, that is my review of Marvel's Avengers, guys, and I really hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts. I would love to see your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Um, Overall, I can't wait to see what they do with the game. The game right now for me is coasting clear. I like it. I'll keep playing it. I'm addicted. Haven't been able to put it down. So yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I will be trying to do some videos talking about theories and what I think the story is going to go to, because they do have some interesting teasers regarding other characters, other villains potentially coming in the future, via the iconic missions and other stuff going on post campaign. So we'll get into that in the next videos. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.